The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops has two major meetings a year. The fall meeting happened this past week in Baltimore. Reporter Mark Irons was there and says much of the conversation centered around how the change in leadership at the White House will impact Catholic priorities.
We are not politicians. We're pastors. Our lens is the gospel. Our lens is the teaching of our church.
Hundreds of Catholic bishops gathered for their annual fall meeting in Baltimore, 1 week after the U.S. presidential election. Congratulations. As the country prepares for a transition of political power from the Biden to Trump administration, Archbishop Timothy Broglio, the president of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, reaffirmed the bishop's commitment to unchanging gospel truth.
We proclaim it in and out of season. We must insist on the dignity of the human person from womb to tomb, to see Christ in those who are most in need, to defend and lift up the poor.
Two areas of concern were addressed by bishops this week: immigration and abortion. On Election Day, voters in Nebraska, Florida, and South Dakota rejected pro-abortion ballot measures. Bishop Michael Burbidge, the outgoing chairman of the USCCB Committee on Pro-Life Activities, acknowledged those victories, but recognized that in 7 other states, voters decided to expand abortion access, and the effort to defend vulnerable life must continue.
Making clear the extreme positions of those who are working to legalize abortion in their states.
Along with preborn children, the bishops are defending the rights of vulnerable immigrants. In a statement this week, they called for a secure border, enforcement policies to stop gang activity, the flow of drugs, and human trafficking. And they also said, recognizing the inherent dignity of each person as a child of God, we stand in firm solidarity with our immigrant brothers and sisters who live and labor in these United States. The statement did not explicitly mention President-elect Donald Trump or his proposed immigration policies, but when asked about the incoming administration, Bishop Mark Seitz, chairman of the USCCB Committee on Migration, said this.
When it comes to the area of immigration, we are concerned based on the rhetoric before the election.
Bishop Seitz says it remains to be seen if reality will match the rhetoric. During the campaign, Trump said he would carry out the largest deportation of undocumented immigrants in American history. The president of the Bishops' Conference has encouraged immigration reform while recalling a gospel mandate.
We certainly do not encourage illegal immigration, but we will all have to stand before the throne of grace and hear the Lord ask us if we saw him in the hungry, thirsty, naked, homeless, stranger, or sick, and responded to his needs.
And Bishop Seitz said the church shouldn't be restricted by state authorities from giving material assistance to migrants in need, regardless of their immigration status.
We need to be allowed to care for them without saying, first of all, show me your papers.
It is a deeply personal issue because my brothers were immigrants, my parents were immigrants.
Bishop Earl Fernandez mentioned the growing number of Hispanic and African immigrants who are bringing spiritual vitality to his diocese in Columbus, Ohio, and helping the local economy. And he reflects on the role of faith in his upbringing as the son of Indian immigrants.
My mother, I distinctly remember her saying, we don't have anyone in this country except each other in the church, so you boys are going to have to work hard and pray hard and study hard, and made all the difference in the world for us.
This is an emotional issue for you.
It is. I mean, for me, the faith is everything, and to be able to offer faith to people who are in hopeless situations.
According to one Pew Research study, 63% of Trump supporters say there should be a national effort to deport undocumented immigrants currently living in the U.S.
What do you say to those people specifically who really think that this makes sense, and why shouldn't we do this?
Well, I would say it's much more complicated than that. Okay, they should be deported, but what if their children are American citizens? What if it means breaking up a family? What if it means, okay, you deport them, but that you don't have enough workers in your community?
President Joe Biden, the nation's second Catholic president, will leave office as J.D. Vance becomes the nation's second Catholic vice president. Following the lead of Trump, Vance has voiced support for the availability of the abortion pill and a possible IVF government mandate. Both of those positions would conflict with Catholic teaching. We asked Bishop Burbidge to respond to what Vance has said.
First of all, I don't think it's appropriate right now to react to what we've heard on a campaign trail.
But he said the bishops will respond to policies and advocate that they respect life.
We'll continue to watch and listen and then respond appropriately as pastors and teachers of the truth.
And looking ahead to future political elections, we asked Bishop Daniel Flores of the Diocese of Brownsville, Texas, if the Bishops' Conference will update Forming Consciences for Faithful Citizenship. It's a document focused on Catholic social teaching, which serves as a guide to voters.
What is the future of that document? Have there been discussions here? Do you foresee any changes, any updates? What does it look like going forward?
Whatever we would do wouldn't change the substance of the teaching of the, because the church's teaching on conscience is like pretty settled. The message is pretty basic, but how it's communicated is something that at some point we're going to have to look at.
Mark Irons, EWTN News in Depth.